And that was kind of weird, but we're back in the game. Everybody's spreading out to their own lanes. I'm not even going to try to make that rhyme, but you know what's up? The game. And it's a minute in, and nothing has happened yet because we've been waiting here in pause. But I'm pretty excited to see the way everything is going to work out, just because everybody's kind of spread out, kind of defensive, but Dignitas looking to maybe get an advanced ward in there, but, well, there's Maokai to try to push things away.
Yeah, and just tossing those presents right in those bushes, seeing if Graves and Lulu have been good this year, but definitely very, very passive level ones. And we are going to see, I guess, standard starts. It looks like Maokai is heading towards blue. It looks like Xin Zhao is going to start blue as well. So nothing crazy happening. No level 1 jungle invades. No odd jungle paths. It looks like both players just going to take their wolves, head to their blue buffs, and then go from there.
And so no like super early experience picked up there for the bottom lane for Dignitas, and usually you will see them either try to like take some wolves or get some experience from somewhere, maybe even just like pick up all the small camps as they do help their jungler, because this is actually a pretty significant advantage. And look at how little damage Aframu and Double Lift took. I mean, that did mean that they had to heal up a little bit after doing those double golems, but they're going to hit level 2 very first, and could be a sizable advantage for them. But we're actually seeing dual lane versus dual lane in the bottom lane, just a completely normal start to the game.
That could be a disadvantage for Doublelift. I mean, he is known to be very, very proficient, I guess is the understatement of the year on Vayne. But Vayne not known to be the best early game AD carry, but already putting some hurt onto Patoy and on Pie. And I guess that trade came off even, but Doublelift came out ahead. Doublelift personally came out ahead. So just an interesting choice to not 2v1 there with the Vayne, but I guess they're confident in Doublelift's ability to come back into the game, even if he maybe comes out from laning phase a little behind in CS.
Well, it was Doublelift coming out ahead because Aframu like took almost his entire HP bar in damage, and then was able to use a potion to kind of get it back up there. But even still, only sitting at about 300 HP, very vulnerable. But top lane, actually Kiwi Kid pushing in onto Hotshot rather substantially. So it's gonna be about a couple waves just kind of laying out there. Hotshot looking to freeze the wave there, maybe a little bit, as Scar actually doing really well against the sort of range zoning harass from Link.
Yeah, and Shen Olaf is an interesting matchup. Olaf is going to be able to counter Shen in the early portions of the game, like right now. But as soon as Shen gets a couple items under his belt, Shen, a champion known to and scales very well off of health. And health is a very good sort of, maybe not a hard counter, but an effective counter to Olaf's true damage. As soon as Shen gets a little bit of health in his inventory, he's definitely going to be able to hold his own against Olaf and even come out on top. But in these early stages of the game, Olaf's definitely going to be able to bully Shen, and that's where the sort of Olaf countering Shen sort of comes from. Is that incredibly early game, like right now.
All right, now Sapling thrown into that top lane bush by Chouster. There's a ward in there from Kiwi Kid, so he's going to know, hey, Maokai's in the area. Going to pay a little bit more attention up there. I'd expect to see Crumbs come up there too to, you know, kind of help out against that, because they know Maokai's up there in the area. He could invade into this bush, but a little minion comes up there, so he doesn't want to reveal himself quite yet. He's pretty committed to this gank right now, and as the minions clear out, he will advance through that top bush, looking to get some action on to Kiwi Kid if he continues to push up, but actually the lane pushing away from Hotshot might allow Chouster into the second bush for an even more devastating lane gank.
Yeah, and we do see he can actually move to this bush now, and without him seeing, but misses his opportunity as this creep just aggroed onto Hotshot, and now the line of vision is in place to see Maokai if he decides to move that second bush.
But oh man, Crumbs. Look at Crumbs in the bottom lane. He came literally the longest way possible, and I was looking bottom as I was looking top, and there's first blood picked up by Chouster. You can see that huge patience. It's a little bit like what Hotshot used to do when he was jungling. He would literally just sit in a lane forever just to try to get that first blood. Hotshot makes it possible, and there comes in the gank bottom lane from Crumbs. Not effective at all. Great job there from the bottom lane for CLG. Get out of there alive, so it's going to be an early 1-0 advantage as Chouster helps pick up top lane first blood.
Yeah, Shen just sort of engaged onto Olaf, and I guess Olaf just did not, Kiwi Kid on Olaf did not react fast enough when he saw that Maokai coming out of the bush. And he does have Ghost instead of Flash, so those ganks early game on him before he gets Ragnarok are
incredibly
effective. Yeah, they're waiting here. Wow, this is very sneaky.
And there's the taunt, and we will see Twisted Advance here in just a second. There it goes out. So much damage onto Kiwi Kid. He's going to go down here. One more auto attack, and there it is. Chowster picking it up. Hotshot taking the turret and just waiting there in the wings. Able to pick up a second kill, but Crumb's going to jump onto Chowster. Can Hotshot come for an assist? I don't think Crumbs is actually going to be able to do anything here. It is 2v1. And could they actually get some damage onto Crumbs? Hotshot does not want to taunt underneath that turret, so just going to back off there after picking up 2 kills in a row. A great job by Chowster waiting there in that bush and then picking off Kiwi Kid as he came back to lane.
And this is definitely the time to shut down Olaf. I mentioned before, if he has Ghost, he's not going to be able to escape ganks very well until he hits level 6 and gets that Ragnarok. The Twisted Advance just kind of completely shuts him down. And in that second gank, Scar coming down here, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to follow up on that. But yeah, Olaf just not able to escape that Twisted Advance. It's just so powerful against him. The hard CC that Shen and Maokai provide together are just incredibly effective. And Chowster doing a great job of saving his Twisted Advance. A lot of Maokais will like to use their Twisted Advance as soon as they engage, which is good in theory, but it's really better to sort of close the distance, get the enemy to use their abilities, and then use the CC once they've gotten a little bit further away from you. There's no point to use Twisted Advance if you're in range for an Arcane Smash, is what I'm trying to say. So just fantastically played overall by both members of CLG there.
Exactly. They didn't split. They split their CC perfectly. Didn't stack it up at all. And there goes Chowster actually underneath the middle turret. Scar is gonna live just barely as Link tanks up a couple of the last few turret shots. A great dive once again. Chowster going hard in the paint, deep behind enemy lines, and well, I guess that time Private Ryan not quite so lucky as I guess that makes Link the enemy. Not sure. I guess he's the enemy to Dignitas. Top lane, Kiwi Kid pushing Hotshot to turret, and Hotshot just freezing it there again. So aggression exactly where CLG wants it to be. They make their lane safe when they don't have jungle pressure, and when they do, they play aggressively and are able to pick up kills. Already 3-0 before the 10-minute mark. Yeah,
all 3 kills picked up on Maokai, though. I'm not sure what role it's going to play, but Chowster definitely making his presence known across the entire map. And I find that interesting because I think of Xin Zhao. I mentioned before how Xin Zhao's early ganks are just incredibly potent. And he just didn't really gank until now, which is a little bit interesting.
Chowster's out of mana. Mid lane can't walk away any faster. He's going to get jumped on the Crumbs, and then Crumbs will pick up that kill because I mean, Chowster couldn't use an Arcane Smash or anything along those lines to push him out of the way. Crumbs able to go in there and pick up Dignitas' first kill on that mid lane. It was interesting to see how Link actually got so low. You saw Maokai throw a sapling over the wall, and then that allowed Link to pull the blue buff over the wall, and then they were doing it on the other side, and then you know, Crumbs comes in and says, wait a second, that's my blue buff, takes it away, uses Audacious Charge into Smite to go ahead and steal that away, and actually gets Link low enough to follow up and pick up the kill. But Scar is going to take away the CLG blue buff after they did take down Link. But in the bottom lane, so much aggression going down. Avrama, will he land? Oh my goodness, actually the smoke bomb going to pick up that kill back. Cutie Pie, can he flash over the wall? He does. Double Lift flashing over the wall after him. The last auto attack will go down thanks to the ward in the brush, but meanwhile we did see Syndra actually go ahead and grab one of those for herself. So it's a 5-2 advantage after all of that action goes down. CLG still 3 kills ahead.
Yeah, and that was Aftermoon maybe deciding to go just a little bit too early there. He flash ulted before Link was even in range for anything. Double Up didn't look like he was ready for it, but Chowster looks like he's getting dove here on mid turret.
And he will go down. There's the Shen ultimate flashing further under the turret. The ultimate does not finish channeling, so there's not going to be a Hotshot GG to try to get a taunt under turret for a kill on Crumbs. He escapes with just about 450 HP, so nothing quite too dangerous there, but a great dive from Dignitas. And for both teams, they recognize the vulnerability of their laning opponents absolutely perfectly. Hotshot, what are you doing, Hotshot? He's like in the enemy jungle. Oh my goodness, he's hunting Crumbs. He wants to find out where Crumbs went. Crumbs actually went to do raids. Is he gonna, what? Okay, I have no idea why Hotshot literally just like walked all the way through the jungle hunting Crumbs, because I mean, he's not in lane. He's gonna go back and he's going to pick up a Giant's Belt, so well on his way to that Warmogs. Couldn't find Crumbs, so Crumbs actually gonna go back. What is he actually going to go for? Picks up a pink ward, completes his Madra's Razors, and Kindle Gem as well, so possibly we'll see him going for that Locker of the Iron Solari first build that was popularized by Diamond Prox over the weekend at IEM Katowice.
Yeah, it looked like Hotshot was doing a little roleplay as a duck, hunting for Crumbs.
Oh my
god. But anyways,
so bad.
Yeah, we saw the Shen ult not able to get off, but I think that Xin Zhao would have been safe anyway, as he did flash out over the wall. So those are the ganks that I was looking for in the first 6 minutes of the game from Xin Zhao. He just has incredibly potent ganks. I mean, 2 forms of CC, 3 forms of CC when he gets his ultimate, which is huge. And maybe got outplayed a little bit by Chaucer in the jungle early on, but now starting to make his map presence known a little more with a 2-0 score now.
Exactly, and those 2 kills are 2/3 of the kills for Dignitas, because he's actually been involved in a lot of their plays. Now looking to make a play here on Dragon. Pink Ward goes down, but oh wait, you can't Pink Ward saplings. You can just explode them. I often thought Maokai would make like the world's worst parent, because he just like throws at his kids, leaves them alone to die, and then they just explode. So not really some lessons you want to take from him. But Jouster rejoining the rest of Counter Logic Gaming down there in the bottom lane. Literally no one in the bottom lane for Dignitas, and they're just going to go 4-man mid and continue to push this turret. Link's gonna come up here. Can he wave clear in time? Because if he comes near that turret, they're just gonna dive him. So it looks like the first turret of the game actually going to Dignitas. Counter Logic Gaming just a little bit out of position.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the perfect thing to do when you realize that you're a little bit behind early game. You have to force objectives. Now they're ahead in gold by 100, and they sort of have control over this game now.
And Link actually gonna get taken out there, tries to throw down his ultimate, but Chaucer now in the worst of times. No best of times for him. Scar dropping dangerously low. He lives without 150 HP. I was kind of waiting to see if Patoy would take the first hit or actually kill off Scar. Aframu comes in from behind with the assassination. Crumb's actually going to go down below 300 HP. He's going to make it out of there with his life. But yeah, nice crescendo coming in from Aframu to pick up the kill.
Yeah, but look who they're letting free farm down there in the bottom lane. It is Doublelift on his beloved Vayne, and that could be really, really dangerous. I just mentioned how good it was by Dignitas to sort of early group and early push those towers when they were behind, and which is the right decision in that situation. But they really have to keep in mind who the star player for CLG really is, and that's going to be Doublelift. And right now he's 1-0-1 with 100 CS at the 12-minute mark, which maybe isn't the best, but for a Vayne going up against a really tough lane in Lulu Graves, that's pretty good to come out of that phase with 100 CS and being 1-0-1.
Exactly. Graves one of the strongest early game champions. Lulu gives him a lot of great support and aggressive opportunities in lane. So against the Vayne, who's traditionally weak early game, yeah, like you said, great job by Doublelift to kind of come out of that lane ahead, or not just ahead, but like you saw him free farming down there. There's a twisted advance after Moonfall, I believe, was used there. Scar's going to have to flash out of here. Doublelift ulting in there. There's an attempted slow. No stun coming out from Link, but Crumb's kind of charging in there audaciously to push CLG off, as now CLG looking pretty strong, going for a push mid, but as Kiwi Kid comes down from top lane, it's going to leave Hotshot to push up there. So as long as these sort of confrontations are going mid, there's always somebody out CSing in a lane for CLG getting that advantage. Before it was Doublelift, now it's Hotshot, and looking to put some pressure elsewhere as maybe CLG start to illustrate their split pushing intentions for the later phases of the game.
Yeah, and CLG maybe could have tried to push down the mid turret there, but the team of Dignitas really does have some pretty good wave clear and also some pretty good dive prevention. Lulu's ultimate combined with Diana's E, just when the vacuum that sort of pulls people in. Even Xin Zhao's ultimate that can get people off of his teammates really easily. It's just really good against diving situations. And you look at the team of CLG, and they're sort of a dive-heavy team. They might try to dive on you with a Shen taunt, with a Twisted Advance, and with the Sona ultimate, but they really have to be careful when they're doing this game, because Dignitas really has the potential to turn those fights around incredibly quickly.
Exactly, and that's kind of the way they did it with their dive through after taking the middle turret, just trying to make plays happen. Fortunately, you know, Aframu kind of coming in and turning that around. But if you look at where CLG are all positioned, you got Chaucer down bottom as well as Crumb, so both junglers kind of in the area. Both teams kind of thinking about dragons, and with double pink wards, Crumb's is just going to go for this. He's actually extremely tanky, having already completed his Locket of the Iron Solaris, so really good opportunity for Dignitas, but CLG kind of smells something and will go up there and push him off. So no dragon just yet, but once again, you still have a lot of pressure bottom lane from CLG, definitely looking to maybe babysit Doublelift a little bit, and if you look at the way it's working out, it's actually going really well. He's 10 CS against Cutie Pie, which is going to start to get him that Bloodthirster a little bit faster.
Yeah, it looks like we might see a dragon fight here shortly. Dignitas knows they have to be careful with this. They have no way to stop Shen's ultimate, and they have no way to match Shen's ultimate. So if Hotshot comes in here, this could end up being a 5v4. And they do pick up the dragon at 15:38, and Hotshot still just not even having to blow his ultimate, just still continuing to push up in that top lane.
But you'll notice every time CLG exerts pressure bottom lane, Dignitas just rolls middle lane over and over again. Difference being that, hey, there's no turret top lane, so Hotshot's going to be able to push even deeper. But as Dignitas go in onto the secondary turret, that's going to get taken down there. Link can't even go in that way, so he's going to actually get initiated on. Avermu takes the damage from Kruns. The Shen ult comes in, but it's not enough. You don't ult somebody that squishy because you're not going to be able to make it in there. Scar actually makes it out alive with about 25 HP. The rest of CLG forced to disengage after Avermu just explodes, and well, that's going to leave Hotshot up in the top lane. He's going to be able to continue split pushing, but without an ult to rejoin his team, it's definitely going to be a disadvantage for CLG, although they could chase on here. Scar very low, Kiwi Kid below half HP, and Dignitas generally pretty weak for now.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to do the smart move and back off of this for now. You never want to underestimate your opponents, especially when you're in their jungle and you have that low of resources being health and mana. But Hotshot, it's kind of a good situation that his ultimate actually didn't get completed in that scenario, because he probably wouldn't have helped his team very much. I mean, nobody from Dignitas ended up dying, but Avermu just got blown up instantly, and he wouldn't have been able to split push this top lane turret. So CLG is going to come out on top in this trade, sort of, just because their lanes are being pushed, and Hotshot was able to get all that farm and push down that turret in the top lane. So we do see 3 towers to 3 towers. CLG a little bit ahead in gold. It looks like that is just because of the dragon. And it's 6 kills to 6 kills, so this game very even.
Hotshot flashed over the wall because he had 5 seconds left on Shadow Dash. He was just using that for mobility, and then, oh wait, needed to use it, had to burn Flash instead, so a 5-minute cooldown instead of like a 15-second one. That's a little unfortunate, but still, red buff going to go over it to Cutie Pie. Nothing too crazy going to happen there, but we got some big items starting to be completed. I mean, Scar's picking up his Deathfire's Grasp, kind of going that over like a magic penetration build for Diana. Anything else interesting you see coming out from these players?
The only thing that I see that's a little bit odd is the Vampiric Scepter on Olaf. He decided to go with the Vampiric Scepter over maybe another health item like a Sunfire Cape or like a Shrelia's Reverie that has become really popular on Olaf. I'm curious to see what he's going to build that into, but across from that we see, of course, Xin Zhao going with the standard Locket of the Iron Solari build, and really normal builds all the way across the board other than that. Syndra, she's not as popular in competitive play, so I guess you can't really say that she has popular builds. But I imagine that Rod of Ages is definitely a great item on her.
Crumb's out way in front of Team Dignitas. He's going to get hit there by the Crescendo. Chalicer way out in the middle of nowhere. Doesn't even turn on Vengeful Maelstrom. He's like, okay, I'm not actually sure what we were seeing there. Maybe he just wanted to kind of sacrifice himself and keep the rest of Counterlogic Gaming safe. What happened there, Zumo?
I think just a little bit of miscommunication. It looked like Chauster wanted to engage in that situation. Maybe they didn't see the full team of Dignitas in their line of vision. Maybe they're used to having an AD carry that's really strong in the mid game, but Double F definitely going for a later game sort of build. And I guess Chauster, once you Twisted Advance in, you really don't have anything to get you out. So if there's a slight miscommunication for just a split second and Chaucer engages with that Twisted Advance, if that's a bad engage, it's better off if his team just abandons him and leaves him to die. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened there.
Scar's going to jump on the double lift in the bottom lane, going to get hit by Glitter Lance as well. Cutie Pie comes in there, but great disengage from Double Lift as Chauster and Avermu both come to back him up, so a little bit of an aggressive play there by Dignitas, once again thwarted by a lot of focus towards this bottom lane by CLG. I mean, after some camping top lane early by Chauster, you really saw so much presence bottom lane for CLG, and granted that did lose them both middle turrets, so it's 4-4 in turrets, but you got to keep in mind the middle lane, the closest and the fastest way to get to your opponent's base, and without any outer turrets there, that's going to make it very easy to Dignitas to maybe like pick up an advantage from a team fight and then just push right down mid.
We see this battle going on between Crumbs and Hotshot in the top lane, and it looks like they're literally doing 0 damage to each other. They could probably have fought there for probably about a good 2 minutes, and neither of them would have gone down. So they both, Hotshot just decides to back off because that fight isn't going anywhere, and he decides to re-engage again. And it looks like he has a slight edge over Crumbs.
Yeah, except Crumbs has a slight, oh wait, Kiwi Kid coming up from jungle. He's going to start engaging, but now Olaf coming in here. Hotshot's not really taking hardly any damage at all, but he's going to get slowed in here. He's trying to bait them as far towards the turret as possible so that he can loop around and get the dash over the double golem wall, or just walk away as nobody's even chasing Hotshot. They're just like, Hotshot, please stop. But the rest of CLG pushing down the middle lane. There is collateral damage coming out from Cutie Pie, just trying to, kill off the minion wave, push things out. But now here comes in Kiwi Kid. The turret goes down, double up in the very back end. CLG may have to do something to keep him a little bit safer. He's going to get some peel from Chowster, but the axes land. Undertow hits at Chowster. Will he be able to get out of here alive? I don't think so. The ultimate comes in from Shen. It will complete this time for like the first time all game long. Olaf gets exploded by the Syndra ultimate. Double is going to be able to get out of there alive. Not so lucky, however, for Chowster. He's going to go... oh my goodness, he lives and, or he does not live, he goes down. Link going to be in the middle of absolutely everything, uses his ultimate already, so he's not going to be able to do anything but flash to the wall. He's going to disengage, double lips, comes back in, it's hit by a buckshot, so he's going to have to disengage once again. I'm a Cutie Pie this time, out of health and mana. He's going to get out of there, and CLG just so great at tanking damage on different members. Lost Chowster, but come out ahead in that fight.
Yeah, definitely, but this game is still incredibly close as Crumbs runs for his life here. Hotshot GG does have taunt up, so he can come in, but he just barely misses it. It looks like Crumbs is outrunning that taunt just a little bit, and he is going to be able to get away from this. So now the kill count is 8-8. The turrets is 5-4. It's 1 dragon to 0. The only thing that CLG has in their favor right now is a turret and a dragon, and that's pretty much represented in the goal lead. It's still an incredibly close game, and that fight, as chaotic as it was, it came out with CLG on top, but not by very much, and I guess they are going to get a dragon here, which is going to put them even further in the lead, but that's really the only thing they have to show from that team fight.
Yeah, literally it's just the Dragon Gold that CLG is ahead by, because things are identical across the board, only difference being a 1 turret advantage there for CLG. So, I mean, they can start to do a little bit of split pushing, or a little bit more split pushing as turrets start to fall, but with some of this extra gold, what are they actually turning that into? You can see Vayne, Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, picking up an Elixir of Fortitude as well. You look over to Maokai, has a Runic Bulwark as well as Vengeful Maelstrom. Like, that is so much damage mitigation on top of just incredible tankiness from the rest of the team. Rod of Ages on Link. Warmog's Sunfire Cape, double null magic mantle for Hotshot. He is not going down to just about anything. You see Lock of the Iron Solari, first item completed there for Sona. So very defensive oriented mindset here from CLG. When they have a team fight, it's gonna last for a while.
Yeah, and that's sort of what they need to do here is build tanky. They sort of have to have a huge front line so Double F can really do what he needs to get done. I mean, that Olaf is really going to run here, and actually the ultimate goes off on a Scar in the mid, and he gets blown up instantly. Wow. Okay,
a little bit out of position there, just kind of got caught off by an engagement from CLG, and with no AP carry, it's 4v5, and Counterlogic Gaming considers this a pretty darn good opportunity to Baron. You see a Hotshot kind of shield himself from Baron damage, take down the ward, wards after wards being placed over the wall, because I think we have a full Sidestone here for Patoy. Actually, only 1 ward left on that, if I'm not mistaken, so he's going to keep clearing off these wards over and over again. The Baron is dangerously low. Crumbs able to jump in there with Audacious Charge and picking up the flash, the Audacious Charge. He's DPSing Baron. The blue team kills Baron Nashor. That's Counterlogic Gaming. Crumbs going to explode. Kiwi Kid running in there, but forced to run right back out again. He's going to go down. Hotshot flashing over the wall as well. He's going to be able to get a taunt here, but he gets CC'd so much that he can't actually land that. Kiwi Kid continuing to get chased. He's going to be able to get out of there. It gets Wild Growth to stay alive, and there's going to be not only a Baron buff, but another kill there for CLG.
And it's so tough to steal the Baron without much vision when you're on the purple side.